Hello everyone, welcome to this online class. My name is Roshan, your geography teacher, and you are here in this channel Learn Geography with Roshan. So as we were discussing about the hydrosphere, that is tides and ocean currents, we have discussed the factor and the example of the warm currents and the cold currents. So today in this video we shall discuss about the effects of ocean currents. What are the effects, the benefits of ocean currents? So let's start. Ocean currents closely influence the distribution of temperature, pressure, winds, and precipitation, which directly or indirectly influence the economy and society of the people, especially those living in the coastal area. Effect of the ocean currents: the temperature variation is there, the pressure variation is there, winds directions are balanced, as well as the precipitations are also occurred due to the influence or effect of the ocean currents. They are directly or indirectly affected by the people who are living nearby the coastal areas. The economic conditions and the social conditions are affected by this effect of ocean currents. Discuss now what are the major points that is caused or affected by the ocean currents. The first point is that the ocean currents mitigate the air temperatures and help in the regulation of air routes. So, the ocean currents mitigate the air temperature. That means it makes the air temperature bit less severe. So, due to that, the air routes are functioning or regulation of the air routes are possible. At lower latitudes on the eastern boundaries of oceans, the situation is often reversed. So lower latitudes means nearby the equator, mainly in the eastern boundaries. The ocean warm currents are moving towards the eastern boundaries of the continents. So nearby the lower latitudes, what happened? The situation is often reversed because of the piling of the ocean water. The eastern parts of the ocean is lower latitudes record relatively low temperatures, making the weather and climate cold and foggy. So what happens in the eastern parts of the ocean, in the lower latitudes, because of the reverse pattern, the temperature is low, making the weather very cold and the foggy. They balance the temperature of the coastal area. Third point is that the mixing of cold and warm currents provides ideal temperature conditions for the life of fish. As we have discussed, the mixing or the meeting place or the convergence of this warm current and the cold current are the favorable condition for the life of fish. The chief food of fish, that is plankton, the main food of fish, plankton, is found in abundance in cold water. When the warm water or warm currents and the cold currents meet, that makes the area favorable for the growth of this plankton. For example, we saw that of Newfoundland, where Gulf Stream and Labrador current meet together. So where in the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf Stream and the Labrador cold current meet, that makes the area favorable for the growth of the plankton. In the Pacific Ocean also, the two currents, that is the Kuroshio current, the warm current and the Kuril current, also make the place ideal for the fishing ground. The next point we can discuss about when the cold and the warm currents meet. When the cold and warm currents meet, very dense fog conditions are created which are very dangerous to navigation. This is a bit disadvantages of the effect of the ocean currents. When the cold current and the warm current meet together, the meeting place of these two warm and cold currents, they result the formation of the dense fog. One example you can see, in 1912, Titanic, the largest ship of its time, carrying about more than 2,000 passengers of Newfoundland area, where Labrador current meets with Gulf Stream, struck a huge iceberg and took less than 3 hours to sink. More than 1,500 people drowned. So more than 1,500 people were drowned. So what happened? Because of the meeting of this warm current and the cold current, they form the dense fog. And there is one example, that is the hazardous for navigation, or it is a bit dangerous, risky for the ships to pass through it. The fifth point is that warm and cold currents affect the rainfall as winds passing over the warm current pick up the moisture and give extra rains to British Columbia, British Isles, Japan and Queensland. Eastern margins of Australia and Africa have heavy rainfall due to the effect of the ocean current. So, the warm current and the cold currents affect the rainfall as well. The warm current, wherever warm currents are flowing, what happens? The extra moisture due to the evaporations, the extra moisture is carried by the wind, and that brings a lot of rainfall, more rainfall. But in terms of the cold current, it will be dry and it will not give that much of rainfall. Winds passing over cold currents do not rain at all. So, winds passing over cold currents do not rain at all. One example you can see, Kalahari Desert and Atacama deserts are much drier because of the cold currents. This is because of the effects of the cold currents. The last one is that the cold Labrador currents bring nearly 9 months of winter and bad weather conditions prevailing over the rest of the year in Labrador and eastern Newfoundland. So, one of the disadvantages of this ocean current is that the Labrador current brings nearly 9 months of bad weather, and it is mainly affecting the people who are living there in nearby the Labrador and eastern Newfoundland. So, these were the few effects of the ocean currents. I hope you have understood the concept. Please do ask the doubts in the WhatsApp or comment in YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video so patiently. Have a nice day. I remain.